assistant for the past four years. I graduated from Hamburg back in 2010, and then I went to West Point out of high school, but then I transferred to OCC and finished at UMBC D1 school down in Baltimore and graduated 2015. I played goalie. I have a lot of experience. I've coached a lot of goalies. I've been real fortunate since I've been at Hamburg coaching. We've always had solid goalies. I think the past 2 or 3 years we got like the number one public school goalie in Western New York, Jake Phillips, and then last year Jared. And we got we've always had a real good amount of goalies, but I enjoy coaching them. So we're going to walk through like all the basics here, fundamentals, and then we'll kind of get into some different drills, stuff you can do at home, just real simple stuff you guys can do in your own time or even at practice, like before you're getting shots. Because obviously you guys know how practice goes. You don't get the most shots or maybe not as many you want. You don't have time to work on specifics in practice. So this is stuff you could do beforehand to get yourselves ready. All right. Can you hear me all right? Everything good?
Yep. Perfect.
Good. All right. So I'm going to grab my stick here, and then we're just going to walk through like fundamental stance, positioning, any of that.
Guys, get your stick. Get ready. Coach James.
Yeah. So if you guys got your sticks, grab them. First thing we'll go through is how you're holding it at the head. I always held it like this. A lot of guys, they'll go closed hand. It's whatever you're comfortable with is really fine. You don't have to do it like whatever you've been doing. As long as it's comfortable, you should be all right, okay? So you're like this, and then bottom hand, you don't want it too far. What I would always do to measure this is I would go up to my hips kind of. I'd go a little bit shorter since my arms aren't as long, but a lot of guys will just go hips length. You go a little bit shorter, a little bit wider. But as long as you're like a little bit inside the hips, I think that's the best spot for the hand positioning. That's what I'm most comfortable with. You're not going to get tied up because if you're like too wide, it's going to take you a little bit longer to get across and under, stuff like that. Where if your hands are in here, they're moving a bit quicker. You can move more freely. So you got that stance, hands. Then when you're getting into your stance here, feet they should be about shoulder width, maybe a little bit more, whatever you're comfortable with, but about shoulder width. I'm a righty, so I always put my right foot back from my left a little bit more. If you can see from there, my right foot is. Can you see it good?
Yeah, it's perfect.
So my right foot back from my left. That's just what I'm always more comfortable with. And then we want a little slight knee bend. Not too much. You don't want to be down like this. Just a little bit relaxed so you're up on the balls of your feet, ready to go. And then your hands, bottom hands should be out from the top a little bit. I know some goalies will go like off to the side and they'll kind of go straight like this. I actually used to go like straight up back. I would put my elbow down and I would have my arms here. But as I came up through college, my different goalie coaches, they kind of got me into this habit with that bottom hand out from the top a little bit and my hand is across. So my left hand is basically lined up right with my hip. You guys see that? So like if it's out here, if I just bring my left hand back, it's lined up right with that left hip. And it's slightly. So you don't want to be, obviously you don't want to have it pushed back too far back like this. It's still squared right up, right to the side of my head, up and out. Hands always up, nice and relaxed here. All right, let's see some of your guys. You guys who have your sticks want to get up in your move back a little bit and get in your stance so I could see a little bit.
Boss, can you make your own tripod? Can you?
Yeah, Barney, that's good. But get that. So if you want, move your that left hand over a little bit. Yeah, and then I think maybe move that bottom hand up a little. Good. Nice. Yeah. Ethan, nice. That's a good stance. A little bit more bend in your knees a little bit. A little more bend in the knee.
You guys Lucas, back up a little.
Good. Lucas, hands up and out. Nice. Big Hoss. What's that guy's first name?
Matt.
Matt, that's a good stance. Get back in that stance there. Yeah, good. That's good. I think I got everyone right. Who's got their stick? Derek. Yeah, that's good, Derek. Nice stance. Good. Yeah. When it comes to stance, I mean, the biggest thing really, keeping your hands up, keep them up and away. Because I mean, most of the time, most kids are shooting high. You know, and if your hands are up and in a ready position, you're more likely to react to it more quicker. You know. Another thing with stance, a big thing is squaring up with the shooter. So as a guy's like going down the alley, you want to square up with them. So if I'm here, I'm in my stance, a guy's going to go down this lane. Once he gets about halfway, I'm going to turn and my hips are going to be squared up to that shooter because he's going to be coming down on the net on that same angle. So you want to make sure your shoulders and knees squared up to that shooter. So then you're on a better plane on your arc there. Let's see, what else do we got for fundamental stuff? Square up the shooter. Yeah, and I mean, some good stuff to do, like before you're getting warmed up and whatnot, ladder and jump rope. Jump rope, definitely, because you can change it up. You know, you can go 2 feet, then you can get a bunch of reps in right foot, just left foot. You can go 2 right foot, 2 left foot, go for a couple minutes, get a minute breather, and then go again. If you do that stuff like before practice, bring a jump rope with you, and before you get warmed up, because that'll get your legs moving, that blood flowing, you'll get ready to go. And it's real easy to just rep out in like 5 minutes or so. Should we maybe see if any of you guys have questions? Should we see if they have questions about just fundamental stance stuff before we get into other stuff? Or any of you guys have questions about stance, anything? Hand positioning, any of that? Good.
Sorry, Coach.
All right. So let's see. So we'll go through like walk the line warm up. This is just really, it's walking through all the spots in your stance, no shot or anything. Normally you could just do it on right down the sideline, right down a restraining line, whatever really. But you're just gonna walk through each step, each spot. So the first one you're gonna start off with, you just get in your stance, and then you're gonna go. So you'll start off stick side high. The biggest thing during this drill is that you're gonna step, but then that you're bringing that back foot all the way through and really explode off that back foot. That's the most important thing, because especially when you're walking through and doing this, if you don't do it fundamentally right during this drill, how are you gonna do it on a live shot? You know, so you got to really take the time, walk through it. It doesn't matter. There's no rush. So you're in your stance and then stick side high right there. You guys see, like, I brought back foot all the way through. Could you see me like finish in the camera? Was that good enough?
All right, go back another foot or two.
Yeah, okay. So I'm here in the stance. We got that stick side high, right off there, boom. Back foot coming all the way through the step. And then off stick side high, we're here, we're exploding off to the right, just there, across. And then when you're coming across on off stick side high, make sure when you're coming across that you bring it back like this, your stick like that, because you don't want to go just across like that. Then you're going to drop the ball, or you're more prone to dropping it. So when you're doing this drill, take that step across and then come back like that, because then you're ready to throw it right away, you know? All right, so then we got stick side hip here, just like that. Off stick side hip. On off stick side hip, you can really change it up in this drill. Make sure you get some reps of going over the top and sweeping underneath. Biggest thing on off stick side hip, when you're sweeping underneath, a lot of guys, they'll turn like that, but you're taking up less room in the goal, because if you're sweeping and just turning, You got all that room in there. If you just get a piece of it, it's going in. So off stick side hip when you're sweeping, make sure you step. It's right there. Step, body through. So if anything hits me, there's a rebound just down right there. All right. So make sure you get both over and under. And then last one for walking the line, we got stick side low and off stick side low. Biggest thing on the low ones, you're stepping, you get both, bring both feet through. Your stick should finish in between your legs on your steps. Stick arced a little bit so you kill any rebound like that. And then your head and body should be like over top. So if anything hits me, any rebound, it goes right in the crease. You got it. You're getting it up and out. All right. So you're here, right there. All right. So you guys who got a stick and you're all set up here, we just walk through it. You guys can get some reps in. All right. So if you guys who got a stick, everybody just get in your stance, get ready, and we'll walk through some. You guys can go stick side high and go off stick side high. We'll go stick side high first. All right. Ready? Go. Good. Good. Yeah, you guys just kind of go on your own and just get like 10 reps in.
Let's go. Break a sweat, guys. You haven't been doing much.
Good.
Coach, if you maybe put yours horizontally, that might work.
Uh-huh.
Is your phone kind of straight up?
Yeah, let's see what I can do here.
Because we can see everything. That might make it
better. Uh-huh.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, hopefully I can adjust this.
Jack Shear, we know we can't see you. Get the reps in. Drew, you hurt?
What? No, I'm in my camper.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Is it raining?
Yeah.
Now it's up a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, that's probably better, right?
Yeah, thank you.
Nice.
Control, boys.
All right, yeah, so let's go here. So let's go some off stick side high now. Get that punch, get a good punch across, just like this, just straight across here. And bring it back. Biggest thing here, take your time and make sure you bring it back across your face, pocket to your face, so then you're up and ready to throw an outlet. That's a big issue. A lot of guys will have where they'll just try to come straight across. You'll see them drop it in the goal, or they'll just drop it in general, which is obviously wasting their time in there.
We got some guys, Coach. Good. Their hand placement is changing almost every save. Guys, be consistent sometimes.
You know, yeah, get good and set in that stance. Good job, Lucas. Good job across. Casey, you might have to be a goalie.
I played goalie one game and I scored, so I mean, I kind of got a record. I don't want to go back in and lose.
Yeah, I was at that game.
Barney, good job. Make sure you're getting across on that face. Getting across there. Bring it across. Here, and then across. Let's see. All right, let's start. Let's go some stick side hip. Stick side hip. Good, big hoss. Good.
Control it, Josh Lally.
Good job, Ethan. Way to get that back foot through. Good. All right, let's go. Off stick side hip. Off stick side hip. The biggest thing also, here, take it, hold on a sec. Biggest thing with off stick side hip also, so the two big things. The first one, you're not turning, you're actually stepping all the way through. And then the second one is don't finish with your stick like this. So you shouldn't be coming across like that, because a lot of times it'll just hit up in here pop over your shoulder, pop in wherever. The biggest thing, that's why it's important to have this bottom hand out, because then you're like that. So I'm finishing straight, squared up to it, just like that. Not back like this, not too far like this. I'm getting right through like that. You don't want to, two things, that twist and then like that, finishing back so it doesn't hit there and go in. So off stick side hit. Good. Barney and Ethan, good job, good steps. Good job, Derek. Good job, Lucas. Nice step. Who else do we got here? Big Hoss, good job. Good step. All right, you guys can reset here, get reset. And we'll go stick side low. So biggest thing on stick side low, main focus, you finish squared up. Both your stick finishing in between your feet. And then you're over top of it, squared up. You don't want to be standing up too much like this. You don't want to be leaning too far over like that. Just in between on a 45 almost feet outside your stick, so you take up the most room. And then any rebound will go right into the crease. So let's go stick side low. Good. Good job.
Should their eyes be following, top hand, imaginary ball?
Yeah, you could do top hand. Yeah, I would kind of like always kind of just pick a spot, So then, and just do like, if I'm going stick side high, like I'm just going to go to here, each time. Cause you guys don't even really like, I used to do it. I would just walk basically down a line. So I would do a step, reset on the line, do the next one, or you can just like do a step, reset, do the other one, So, but yeah, a lot of guys probably like follow their top hand, follow your thumb, or your head, and then make sure your feet follow during this, All right, let's go
last one, off stick side low. There you go. Show some fast feet.
Yeah, explode off that back foot. Good. Good. Good job, Big Hoss. Those are good steps. Good job, Lucas. Good job, Derek.
I'm watching you, Ethan. Smooth it out.
Yeah, Ethan, take the time when you're set up and kick off that back foot. Like really use your back foot to spring through your step, because then your front foot will be going a little bit faster, and it'll force you to bring that back foot through. So instead of going like this and kind of going slow there, really spring off this back foot, because you'll be moving quicker, and it's going to force you to come all the way through like that,
Josh Lally, can we see your feet? Can we see your footwork? Can you? Cool. That helps.
Good.
Barney, if you too could move your screen down. Nice. Go Sabres.
Nice. Good job. Good job.
You're good.
Josh, get those hands up a little bit. Hands up a little bit more. Yeah, there you go. Good. Yeah, that's a good step. Just keep those hands up a little bit more. You pretty much want your hands, that head should be right by your ear, basically.
Feet parallel?
Yeah, it depends, because, I know there's some guys, the big thing with stance is when it comes to the footwork is there's some goalies you'll see, like I know the Hofstra goalies or in Denver goalies, you'll see a lot of times like they're like this in their stance, like much wider, so they're like squared up at all times, and they're kind of just opening like up to the ball, kind of like a hockey goalie, except they have their hands squared up. That's why it's really like whatever you're comfortable with. Like me being a smaller guy, I always thought that like hip length basically, so I'd be squared up to it was best for me. Because you don't want to have your legs too close, but you don't want to be too like wide in the stance where it's almost like hard to step.
Thank you.
Any of you guys have questions about like certain spots or like shots to any like certain spot or anything like that? You got any of you guys got any questions? Feel free.
I'm gonna grab some dinner and be right back.
You got it. Everyone else, you can unmute yourselves.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions.
We can interact.
Yeah, if you guys got some questions.
What do you got, Hoss?
Probably just low shots. Working on my low shots is my biggest thing.
Low shots? Low shots? Yeah, so biggest thing, like I was talking about earlier, is that when you're coming down, you're squared up to it. So like when you when you're on the arc, where do you stand about? Like mid, low, like are you flat on the crease or a little bit higher, or like just kind of in the middle?
I try my best to be in the middle, take up as much space as possible, but sometimes I veer out
a little bit. All right. Yeah. So I mean, the biggest thing is stepping directly to the ball, like where it's making contact, because then obviously, like if I got a bounce shot like coming in over here, the shooter's over here. Obviously, I want to be here turning, and then I'm squared up and out to where the ball's hitting the ground, where the shot's coming from. But stepping, getting through your step, bringing that back foot through, and then being squared up so you're taking up the most space in the cage.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. That makes sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Good. Anybody else got anything on stance? Certain shots? Good. All right. What did we have next here?
You ever want to describe some communications you use, some of the commands you send? If you got two dash bro long pulls, how you kind of send them after someone, quarterback your entire team.
Yeah, we can get into some communication stuff. Most important thing with communication, first off, you're calling out where the ball is. So top left, top center, top right, mid left, back left, crease, X, mid right, back right. But I mean, a huge thing with communication is obviously that calling out where the ball is, and you should call it out at least once or twice every time the ball moves to a new spot. You should be calling that out, and then you're letting your defenseman know who's hot, who's the one, who's the two. I think one of the most important things is letting the two know that they're filling in, and you're helping them out, letting them know where where he's going. All right, because let's say the one slide is coming from the crease to a guy coming down the alley. That two guy needs to know he's filling the crease, and then you got three coming down. So you're coordinating the whole defense. So, and you're the only one who can see it from where your point of view. So the biggest thing is calling out that defenseman in front of you, calling out their name, letting them know he's going, calling out the two, and encouraging your defenseman to talk to the other defenseman, and call out when they're going. Because once if you're talking a lot, it's going to encourage the other defenseman in front of you to talk quite a bit more as well. And it can really be little stuff too, like just calling out their name, where the ball is. If you're noticing something, like maybe they're getting beat underneath on an inside roll, like right on the crease and stuff, you can tell that defenseman to sit a little bit tighter on the crease and not up top on the shoulder so much, so that's not happening. Or you can just tell the guy who's the one either in the crease or on the backside that they need to go a little bit earlier. It's simple stuff like that, calling out where the ball is. Yeah, I mean, you're the one running the whole defense. So I think it's real important to be talking the entire time as well.
Even the push call, coach. Some of these guys like Haas, in the last year I told Haas and Ethan, the older guys on here, like, hey, it's so much more than, calling where the ball is. Those push calls are do or die. Your team helping you out. That last push can send a guy, flying. Maybe penalty, but what are some of your favorite calls and some of these last ditch efforts, to keep a ball out of the net? Chop, beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. Well, so also when we're coming to the terminology and stuff, like, so when they're coming from the wing beneath or from the backside or X, when they get to about a couple of yards below GLE, you should be calling out turn them. And then at GLE, when your defenseman turns them, you got to be yelling out drive, because they should be pushing them through the end line. I know for us, for double call, there's a lot of different terms for that, but double is obviously a good one. Trying to think what else we got. Anytime a ball's being thrown in the crease, you should be calling out check. Get your check calls in. Absolutely. And like if a defenseman can take one of your attackmen, feel free to like let them know that you're comfortable with them pressing a little bit more and stuff like that. And because once you get a good job, once you do a good job of controlling your defense, you can you'll know like hey, this guy, I can send a double to this guy and we're going to actually capitalize on it.
Definitely. And then maybe some clearing, should goalies be almost perfect on clear? Should they be trying stuff? Having long poles not ready is kind of, it's a non-negotiable. They got to be ready to go.
Yeah. So when it comes to clearing, I mean, the biggest thing is after every stop, you should be getting that either clear or break. That should be your two calls every time you get a stop. You should be calling it as a guy's shooting, because you're ready. You're going to make a save and you're calling that break so you can get up and out right away, So you get that clear break call. So let's say you got your two defensemen that peel out. They're in the wings. Let's say you throw it to one of them. So you got two calls from there. It's either goalie or a cross. Some teams use over. It's whatever you're comfortable with. And you got to be saying it multiple times. So like if I'm I get a save, we get a break, I throw it into the wing, I'm saying to him like goalie, 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 or over, across. You got to repeat the things, because you got to understand. So if you guys make a save and then you dish it to that defenseman over in the wing, he's going to be under pressure from the ride, and he's got an attackman coming on him, so he's not going to be thinking the quickest, So a real important thing is repeated terms, and that you're constantly like saying them. So we got a cross, goalie, and then up and over. That'd be like the far and away. So the ball, let's say the ball's back left, you got a guy up at the substitution box or the opposite side of the ball. Then you get that up and over call.
Coach, did you have anything else? Any last questions from the guys?
Yeah, do you guys have anything on communication? Any questions? No.
I got one last question. What should the mindset be, for a goalie on a face-off? The Hamburg long poles always call 1, 2, 3, and you get all set.
Yeah.
Now, what's the next level to that? Now, what
Yeah.
you thinking when Getty and
Uh-huh.
Schmieder
Yeah.
face
Right.
them off?
Right. So a big thing, I mean that, yeah, our team always does, when those defensemen, after the handshake and everything, when the defensemen get back after they talk with the goalie quick, they're having like a little huddle, like here's our plan, like let's go here. But when the defensemen get to their guys on attack, they're calling out, I'm one, I'm two, I'm three, like I got the point. So we're always ready for that fast break. And ready to make a play right off that opening face-off and any face-off really, because that's a big thing too that you'll see a lot. Teams' defenses, they might be sleeping when the ball's in the other end a little bit, but if you're paying attention and you're engaged in the game, you're staying on your defense, and even when the ball's in the other end, like, hey, get up on that midfield line. You shouldn't be just sitting back, stuff like that. But as a goalie, right off that face-off, it doesn't matter how good you are. Maybe you had a bad game before. The biggest thing is, well, you do want to make that first stop. But if you don't, you got to just let it go and you make the next play. Because, I mean, that's one of the biggest things, too, that I noticed with high school goalies, and especially, is mentality stuff. Like, just let a goal go. In any lacrosse game, there's probably going to be a lot of goals scored. It's not always the goalie's fault. It's multiple things going into it. The whole defensive unit working as a team. So you can't get too down on yourself. It is okay to be hard on yourself, that's for sure. But you don't want to be too down on yourself where it's like affecting you, because then you're thinking about the goal, the last goal scored on you, and then you let another one in, so you're just getting worked up over nothing,
Well, thanks, Coach. I'm really happy we reviewed all that stuff. Some of it was first-time info for these guys, but feel a lot better that we did it, than we didn't. A lot of these guys are sitting at home. The hips and everything are getting tight. So, guys,
yeah.
if you got time, go through that stuff right now on your own. Kind of smooth it out in your way, but keep working. I think these seasons are going to start maybe in a month, maybe 2 months, but some old guys in this group, some young guys, you got to get better every day. Coach James?
Definitely. Yeah, so we want to go, I think we'll go through, so next we'll go through like a couple more drills
Nice.
you guys can do at home. This next one is going to be a 5-dot drill. Yeah, is that good with you?
Yep, heck yeah.
All right, yeah. So we'll go with we're gonna go through a 5-dot drill. I'll put like 5 balls out. If you guys don't have balls, you can still just walk through it and pretend that they're there. But this is just like a good one to do at home. Other than different, you could do like other than this, because like Big Hoss, you asked earlier about low shots. This would be a perfect drill for you to really work on. For low shots, it'll help out a lot. So we'll do this, and then another one you can do at home is just doing wall ball. You guys can do different variations of that. Like a big thing I used to do is I move a bit closer to the wall, and then you're just throw it a little bit harder, but like to a certain spot. So it's like I'm throwing it here, and it's all going to be like all to stick side hit. So I'm throwing it hard, and then I'm just reacting right away. But we'll go through this 5-dot drill.
All right, back to work, guys.
Yo.
Come on, Zoom call goalies. Kevin,
can you see good from there?
Yeah, it's perfect.
You could see the balls.
Can't see the front one, but we know it's right there.
All right. Yeah. So for this 5-dot drill, you can just set them up just like the crease, like an arc. And then you can number them like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, left to right or right to left, whatever you're comfortable with. But you want to step to one, and then you get reset right away. Step to one, get reset. So I'll walk through it right now, and then you guys can go through. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm just going to go through number order, and then I'll come back. All right. So you're just here. And then I'll go back 5-1. The biggest thing is that you should be on the balls of your feet, and then you're stepping all the way through, squared up, and getting low. All right. All right, so we can just walk through, just go like left to right or whatever. Whatever's fine.
Come on, Ethan. Be perfect.
Good, good.
You keep your chest up as much as you can. Arch the back. Keep the head down.
Yep, that's right. Well, I'm like 45, kind of like you just want to be you don't want to be like straight up a little bit, not all the way hunched over, you know, like too much. Enough that you're like squared up. If I'm squared up to it, I'm still taking up a bit of room, and it's gonna hit me if I don't get it, you know.
So Ethan, get big.
Yeah, especially for smaller guys like myself too. On low shots, important to keep yourself big.
How much do all you guys miss getting hit with lacrosse balls? I miss shooting. You'll get it in. They'll get you back. That first save's gonna feel good, huh, guys?
Oh yeah. All right, I think we're good now. I just wanted to go through that drill also, you know.
Okay. Thank you.
I figured that's another good one. I forgot we had it on there earlier, and I forgot about it.
Thank you. Yeah, and anything
no problem.
you got, and you could send these guys, you know, our older group, the 2020s, they had a bunch of goalies. These are pretty much all of our Performax goalies, so hopefully you can kind of have a relationship with these guys, even though they're not Hamburg, you know, and can we get you on again? You know, maybe small group trainings in about a month if, you know, we could hit a field.
Yeah, we could probably do another one of these for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, well, hopefully soon enough we'll be back on the field.
Yeah, we'll do some small groups and some training sessions or something.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think there's too many goalies in these guys' age group, so, you know, we'll keep it small, but, you know, committed group of kids.
Right.
Anyone got any last questions? On to the weekend?
Yeah, if you guys got anything, feel free.
All right, everyone say thank you, Coach James.
Thanks, Coach James.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for
Coach.
hopping on. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully we'll all be back out on the fields real soon. Appreciate getting to do this.
That was great. I recorded it, guys, and we'll send it to you. It'll be a YouTube link. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a good one.
Yeah.